Real combat. Real action.
Dylan's back.
Media.
So, Dylan, how was your 4th of
There
July?
it is.
What up? What up? My 4th of July was good. I was just training, getting ready for this boxing fight on the 26th.
Yeah.
I was say I saw the photo, right? The 4th of July crew. I was impressive, man. On a day where most of us are either watching or participating in hot dog eating contests, you guys were in there working the leather.
I was setting up the fireworks in the gym.
There we go. And so this is going to be your first professional boxing match, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm so excited.
Yeah. Tell us what got you from going to MMA to boxing? What was because I know you did some as amateur, but what made you want to do it as a pro?
Well, obviously when I got to the UFC, one of the main things that I was affected with was his hands, and I wasn't really comfortable in there throwing the hands. And I talked to my coach, and we wanted to do a test run down to 75 before we make the run to welterweight, and a boxing class and the boxing world is 175, so that's our first test run to get down to welterweight, and it's going amazing. My body's feeling great. I'm in the best shape of my life, and I'm ready to showcase on the 26th.
Awesome. Tell us, since you're saying that your test running down to 175, like, what's been the process? Has it really been nailing down your nutrition and like how you said your body's feeling good? How so?
Yeah, I'm working with Dawn Kelly. She's actually a nutritionist in the PI, the UFC PI, and she's out of Vegas. She's really good at what she does. I worked with 15 different nutritionists, and it's crazy how good this works. I wish I would have had her when I was trying to get down to middleweight, because it probably would have been really easy. And yeah, bro, I'm waking up below 90 now, and my energies are still high. I get to eat 4 meals a day, steak and potatoes. I get to have shrimp and pasta. I get a whole bunch of stuff that I love to eat. And my practices have been the highest energy practices I've had my whole career. I have a 6-pack full time now, so that's nice too. I get to take my shirt off whenever I want and not feel fat. And yeah, bro, I just feel amazing. I'm ready to showcase that. I'm ready to showcase how hard I've worked. And diet is a big part of this game, man. And I try to tell a lot of Amies that I train with all the time how big it is and everything. It's important, and this sport is 80% diet. I feel like 80% diet. If your diet's good, you're gonna perform good in there. You're gonna practice good. So, yeah, I'm feeling amazing. I'm ready to showcase in Findlay.
That's awesome. Yeah. With you getting down and staying lean, does that like help you with recovery as well? Like all that nutrition that they're providing you?
Oh yeah, and I think it's growing my hair back too, because I ain't getting as bald anymore, and my receding hairline showing. You all wouldn't know about that though.
No idea. I just really like hats. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, you said how? What was your question again? Sorry, I was looking at Wolfman's head.
No problem. I was just saying, like, how does that apply for your recovery? Is it?
Oh, the recovery. Yeah. I'm actually added creatine into my diet too for the first time, and it helps with brain health for MMA and boxers. And obviously I'm gonna be doing a lot more sparring for a boxing bout, and taking a little bit more hits during practice. So we're trying to protect the brain so I can talk when I'm 40 years old. So the creatine's helped me recover good. I'm taking my recovery process smart, doing sauna sessions, steam rooms, compression, and making sure as I'm making this change in my life and the clothes sizes are changing, that I'm still staying healthy and able to keep moving.
Awesome. Yeah, I swear by creatine. I was just telling a buddy about that because we started lifting again, and I was telling him, like, dude, if you take creatine, I can swear to you, you don't get as sore. You
don't at all, and it makes you look better.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes the muscle look crazy.
Get that pump.
Yep.
Zach, you got any questions for him?
Yeah. So, what was it that actually made you want to drop down to 170 then? Because you've been fighting 185 your whole entire career. So you're trying to make the jump down to 170, and you're kind of getting down at 175. What was it that actually made you go, "Yep, this is what I want to do. This is going to be the best for my career"? What was it?
Honestly, I'll be for real. Not too long ago, I got depressed a little bit, and my career started taking a little I had a thump in the road, and I got lazy in my career, and I started eating crappy. I lost muscle, and I lost my focus a little bit in the room, and I just got lazy. I started eating shit I shouldn't have been eating. I wasn't doing the right nutrition, and I became human again, and it hit me hard, and I lost muscle, I lost size, and I realized I turned into a little fat ass. So it's my fault though. I have no excuse for why it happened to me, but I'm just ready to come back. And I knew that with what I did to my body wrong, I had to make a change in my life, and that was get the fat off my body and get rid of the toxins that I put into it. And that's what I did, and I'm making up for everything I lost, and making up for all the fat I gained.
Extra workouts, right? Extra workouts.
Yeah, extra workouts to make up for it.
Yeah. So, and speaking of your workouts, so how's that? How that's been? Because MMA, obviously, you've got to train all different things. Your kicking, your ground game, your wrestling, cage grappling, and since you can just focus on one thing for this upcoming fight, what has that done to kind of help complete you as a fighter? Then.
Oh man, I think I should have did the straight boxing workouts way sooner, honestly, because when I was an amateur, I had 12, 15 boxing bouts, and I went undefeated. I had 2 boxing titles, and as I was doing them boxing fights, I was getting more comfortable in the cage with my hands. So I kind of shied away from it when I turned into a pro MMA fighter, because everything was UFC, 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 and that's my main focus, was being an MMA fighter. But you got to have them rounds where you're just focusing on boxing, because there's gonna be a day somebody can stuff your shot. There's gonna be a day somebody can check your kicks. So I think it's opened up my eyes to see really how good my hands are, because I've been forced to only use my hands for the last 2 months. Man, that sounded good. I'm getting good at this shit.
Well versed. Hey, I'm going to step in here and throw a question your way, Dylan. It kind of goes back to what you were just talking about previously, and you were talking about how the impacts to the diet, how you've changed your diet, your workout. But just recently, I kind of got back on social media. As you know, you can't really do some of these jobs if you're not actively posting. You got to kind of tell people what you're doing. And so I have seen a lot more of your posts than I probably would have in the past, because I wasn't on Facebook as much. But, I noticed that you have talked a lot about this recent transition, right? Ran through a rough patch in your career. And I've seen that you've been putting a lot of effort to put some messages out there about positivity and that mindset and everything. So, do you just want to kind of talk us about sort of in addition to the other changes, just how your mindset has changed? Because it does feel like over the last few months that you've definitely been putting some work into that, and it shows. So what was that? What has that been like, and how do you feel now compared to then?
I've changed everything in my life, honestly, bro. Before I got kicked out of the UFC, everything was down, man. I'm not gonna have too many excuses, because I got my ass beat in there. I went to the biggest show in the world, took the chance, and got my ass beat. I learned a lot in there, but as I was getting my ass beat, I was going through a lot of stuff behind closed doors that I had to fix. I had to change. I got addicted to things I shouldn't have got addicted to when I got down and out, and a lot of it had to do with the passing of my parents and my dad and stuff. And I finally got a grasp of it. I met a life coach, and he got me closer to God, and he got me closer to opening up that Bible, getting off this damn phone all the time, and but just believing in that there's something that believes in me, and knowing that I'm not done. It's not over, and my story's not done. And I changed everything as soon as I got close to God. I changed my habits. I got a new home that has windows. I got a car now, and since I got close to God, and I met the people I have in my life now, that I changed, everything's changed, my mindset. But it's mostly just God, man, and everything that I've read in the Bible, and everything I've took the time to learn, it's just changed my life fully. And it's just crazy that in 2 months how much it's changed, because I got a home now. I got evicted after I got kicked out of the UFC. I got a home now. I'm not sad no more. I got a brand new car, and now I'm about to make it back to the UFC and go get that motherfucking strap after I win this boxing fight.
Hell yeah. Well, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, that was the wrong phrase for me to follow with what you just
Oh,
said.
you're good,
Sorry,
bro. You're good, bro.
old
That was a
habits die hard.
and I want to end that with, if somebody is watching it that is, and you're struggling or you're having a hard time, that it's only rock bottom if you never go back. And that's something that stuck with me this whole time I've been getting better.
100%, and that is sort of, something that you'll be able to provide, that something like people love a comeback, they love a good story, but it's one thing to be, an inspirational poster on social media. It's another thing to be like an example, to lead by example and show people that, hey, this can be done. You too can get out of that. So, just want to give you your props here in this moment. So,
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
have been definitely seeing the growth, and obviously I have to stay biased in these things, but your next fight, when it's not one that we're broadcasting, I'll be rooting for you. So we'll just say that. So
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah. Kind of sticking on that topic. You went through that rough patch. You were in the UFC. I know you're going through some hard things, but what did you learn with that experience?
You can't take this for granted. You can't take the opportunities for granted. You gotta, when you make it to the big show and you get to the top, you just can't get comfortable. It's not over then. Like, no one cares if you just make it to the UFC. They care when you get them wins. They care when you're at the top of the rankings. They care when your name's on the front of the UFC game. And even then, sometimes they don't even care after you lose. So I learned that I have to do this for myself. I have to prove myself right. And I learned that you never stop learning in this game, and it's crazy that you never can, and you just gotta keep going and finding that work, and becoming a better fighter and a better person outside of the cage as you're learning who you are in the cage. So there's a lot of good fighters out there, and they're still working, and there's a lot of up and comers, and they're not slowing down, so you can't slow down either. You gotta keep pushing, you gotta keep getting better every single day, because I've went against the top fighters in the world, and they're still grinding every single day. And you can't take no breaks. You can't start slacking. You can't start eating shitty, and you can't start training less or changing your schedule because you made it and you're like, oh, well, I did it. No, you didn't do nothing yet. You didn't do shit yet. You got to keep going. You got to go get that shit now. You made it. Now you got to go get that shit. And now I know I got to go get that shit. And I'm going to go get that shit.
Yeah, I love that shift in your mindset there. Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's like, hey, let's get to that UFC. You get there, you're like, all right, I made it. Now,
yeah, they get comfortable.
But you gotta switch that mindset. Okay, now I made it. Now this is the start. Now I got a new finish.
A new chapter.
Yep.
Yep.
Love the mindset there. And so after those 3 losses, you came back. You got back to training, bounced back, and got a W. How'd that W feel? How'd that whole next fight feel for you?
Robert Giron was way tougher than I thought he was, honestly, and I low key kind of doubted him in there. I'm not gonna lie, he proved me wrong in there. He's a tough competitor, and he deserves to be on bigger shows, because I brought it to his ass in the wrestling. He didn't break. He wasn't giving me no easy win in there. But after that fight, I realized I ain't no motherfucking 85er no more, because he was still twice the size of me and probably 3 times stronger than me, and he was such a tough opponent. And I really needed that fight to bring back my motivation, because the first 2 rounds it's hard coming back from 3 losses, bro, and it's hard coming back getting starched like I did against Edmund, and being made a meme online on thousands of web pages and being posted everywhere, and seeing people make fun of you and make little music videos of you wobbling your legs doing the chicken dance and shit. But it's hard coming back, and you're thinking about that while you're walking out, and you're like, shit, if it happens here on the regional show, guess what's going to happen? Same type of shit. So I had to really dig deep for that fight, and out of all the opponents I went against, that was honestly one of the hardest ones, because it's like, shit, if I lose this, it's 4 in a row, man. And it's just on your mind while you're walking out there, and I had to really dig deep. And I remember going into the 3rd round, I'm exhausted, because I really didn't take that fight camp serious either, and I was still a little sloppy in the body, wasn't really eating all the way right yet, and I was in the process of getting better, kind of. And in the third round, I felt my brain kind of switch, and I was like, "Here it comes, you're coming back." And I felt myself want it again, and I felt my motivation coming back, and I wanted to grind that last third round out. And I told coach afterwards, I was like, "That was a shitty performance, but we're back." And I felt it right away, and we got back in the room literally the Monday after the fight, and we started this process right now. And I said, I'm ready to make the jump to 70.
That's awesome. Yeah. Looking back at your career, I'd always say, I was like, man, if you could get down to 170, I think that'd really be where you could start shining. And I'm excited to see where your career goes from there.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we all know that. Well, at least the fighters and stuff. That we know that this game is it's an emotional roller coaster. I mean, the fight game just is. You've got your good days, you got your bad days. I mean, that's not even just talking about wins and losses. That's just talking about being in the gym. I mean, there's days you go in the gym and you're just like, what am I doing? Like, you leave the gym going, why did I choose this? What did I do? So with all the experience that you have, accumulated going to the UFC, like you said, you hit your rock bottom and you're climbing on out. How can you, because I know you're a figure amongst a lot of these younger fighters around the Northwest Ohio area, because I know you jump around and train at different gyms. What is it that you hope to kind of impress on these newer fighters coming up, and what is it, that they need to know to get to your level?
Honestly, you gotta stay in love with the sport. You gotta stay in love with the sport, and you gotta keep wanting to learn. And I said it earlier, but when I started going down, I stopped falling in love with the sport. I stopped finding new things to learn. I thought where I was at was enough, and that's why I fucked up. You gotta keep wanting to learn, and you gotta keep being a rookie, even when you're a veteran. You gotta keep listening to people. You can't act like you know everything. You got to go into a room, even if there's a coach that's never had a fight before, and take that advice he gives you, because you might have to use that in one of your fights one day. And I think that's a big part of making it to the top, because with humbleness and thankfulness and understanding all the people that are around you trying to help you, because everybody that you train with ain't going to be in the UFC, but everybody you train with usually is going to help you get to the UFC and help you get to the top. And you got to really pay attention to what everybody's helping you with. You got to be grateful for your teammates, and also clap for others while you're coming up. Because if you're clapping for others, your time eventually is going to come, and help other people out while they're trying to make it too. If somebody's cutting weight with you, don't forget you got to go cut weight with that motherfucker, because that's your brother. If they're eating a clean diet and you're chilling out with them, go chill out with them. You need a clean diet too. Like be there for your teammates, be there for yourself, and surround yourself around a whole bunch of people that are trying to get to the top too, because your main three friends or your main three people you're always with, I can usually tell your future from them three people. So you definitely gotta be hanging out with the people that want to make it too.
100%. I agree with all of that stuff right there. So, coming back to sort of the X's and O's of it all, you mentioned before that this pro boxing bout is sort of a first step in getting back to and fighting at 170. So, with that in mind, do you have a timeline in place? Is this just a one-time stop at the pro boxing level? Do you plan on doing a couple of those as you head or as you head back towards MMA at 170, or am I kind of putting the cart before the horse on you? Feel free to let me know if I'm pushing.
Hey, we're about to go on a run this year, and we got a lot of fights scheduled, and we have our welterweight debut right after this fight. I can't say much yet, but I will say that it's about a month and a half after this fight. We will have a 170 debut at welterweight, and we're looking to get back into the UFC by January of next year.
Oh, okay. You gave me a lot more than I expected there, brother.
That's all I can say, though.
That's all he can say.
And I'm definitely wanting to take a few more boxing bouts, and I would love to do that because I enjoy training boxing. It's fun, and I think the sport is awesome too, and it's different for me, and it takes me out of my comfort zone. And I like that it does, because I can't take everybody down in boxing. I got to stand and I got to trade, which forces me to stand and trade in the cage too. So we got a lot planned. Me and Gary got a lot planned, and I'm really excited to announce all of it after this fight. But that's all I can say.
I'll be ready. I'll keep an eye out for those posts. I'm excited. Thank you for giving us that much. I greatly appreciate it.
You got it, brother.
Zach, Wade, what? I feel like I've been talking there for a minute. What else you guys got? I don't want to take them all.
Well, everybody wants a little bit of Dylan here. Everybody wants a little piece of that mindless Hulk. So, okay, so now that you've been focusing on the boxing, what has been your favorite thing that you've picked up while just boxing? Because, me personally, I love boxing. I love the art of boxing. I love the strategy behind it. It's chess and then, UFC stuff, the MMA. That is a little bit more advanced chess in my opinion. That's more of your 4D, 5D chess because you have to do so much stuff. But since you're just focusing on just boxing, what has been, your favorite thing that you've kind of picked up, whether it's from a coach, teammate, maybe it's different footwork, different combos? What is it that really has stuck with you the most, I guess, in this training, boxing training you've done?
I would say the different type of combos boxers throw. Like, I've been working with Amin a lot. Big boxer from Soul City. He trains in Ohio, Cleveland, everywhere, Toledo. But the different type of combos you got to throw in boxing aren't the same in MMA, because if you stay in the pocket as long as you do in MMA, in boxing and MMA, you're getting hit with a knee or you're going to get took down. So I thought it was cool figuring out the different types of angles I have to hit in boxing that I can't hit in MMA, but I also can eventually include in MMA. And then I really enjoy the conditioning workouts and the push through the workouts, because them rounds in boxing are longer. You're doing 4 or 5, 6 rounds. You got to go longer conditioning rounds while you're in a room, and that helped with my mindset and help bringing my mindset back to having to push and be uncomfortable. And I also enjoy what boxing has made my body look like too. It's made my boxing look like it's made my body look like a machine, and I look like a beast again. So boxing is definitely a very beautiful sport, just like MMA, and it's excited me. It's excited me watching the film, watching the boxers I like to watch, and get ready to fight Sherman on the 26th.
So since it's a Findlay card, here I am asking another one that you may not want to answer. So if this is going to be a surprise or you haven't thought of it yet, that's okay. We'll just let it slide. I know it's going to be a Findlay show, a Cube show. You got any thoughts on you got a special walkout song? I feel like the last time we were in the Cube, what was it? Was it the Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, yeah, it was Hulk Hogan. Yep. I can't tell you all that yet because it's so good. I can't tell you all that one. That is too good. I made it. I actually mixed it up myself, and I have a customized walkout for this one. So if y'all want to see it and hear it, and you're watching this, make sure you come out to the Cube on the 26th, get your tickets, and hear the walkout song, because it's gonna make the motherfucking ceiling jump.
Yes, there we go. Can't wait for that.
I can't say that one, Kev. I want to tell you, bro.
I know, it's fair, dude. I wasn't sure, I gotta ask, but I always am prepared to accept I can't talk about that right now. So, I understand the boundary.
I can't. I want it to be a surprise.
Perfect. I like surprises.
Because it goes with the fit. That's the hint I'll give you. That's the hint I'll give you. It goes with the fit, and my fit is all. Y'all haven't seen the fit yet, but the fit, that was one of the most exciting things I am for boxing too. We can kind of show off our swag in the boxing ring a little bit. Like, I got that Baltimore swag. I'm from the hood, so I can show off the swag a little bit in the boxing ring. I can't do it with the compressions because we just get the compressions. I can throw the shoes on, the boxing shorts, but the boxing shorts and the shoes, they're USA themed, and that has to go with my song. That's my hint.
Oh. Ooh, okay.
That's all I got.
We got another rock. We're
out the window.
We're filming another Rocky movie, guys. We're filming another Rocky movie. Perfect. Well, Dylan, do you have any sponsors? Anybody you want to shout out? Anything like that?
I want to thank everybody that has supported me through this journey to the professional boxing debut. All my friends, my fans, my supporters, my sponsors. There's a whole bunch that will be on my shorts on the 26th, and I will be making tons of posts shouting them out. If anybody watching this has a chance to go check it out, make sure you go check it out. Check their pages out, give them follows. And I appreciate everybody that bought tickets. We're almost at a sold out crowd for this show, and I'm super excited to perform for everybody in Findlay. It's one of my favorite places to fight because of the energy, especially at the Cube. I appreciate Carnage Media, Zach, Kev, and Wade for bringing me on again. The show just keeps getting better, and everything you guys are doing I can see, and it looks amazing, and it's making me feel even more excited to fight for y'all. And Sherman Williams, I appreciate you taking this fight, brother, and I can't wait to share the ring with you.
Right on. Well, thank you, Dylan, for taking the time out of your training to join us for a little bit of talk. So we will see you July
26! July 26th! Let's fucking go! Let's go!
All right. And like that, he's out.
That was a better transition than what I would have done from the
Yeah, I know, right?
guy, so no notes from me.